Good afternoon, my name is Marissa Dirkels, and I'm going to be talking to you about how organizational constraints can lead to counterproductive work behavior. Sprague and Jex in 2012 and Bowling and Eskelman in 2010 talk about how CWB, which is the acronym I'm going to use now for counterproductive work behavior, is the interaction of individuals and situations. So a little bit about characteristics of individuals that may exhibit counterproductive work behaviors are low conscientiousness, low self-control, narcissistic behavior, which is feeling superior to others and that rules may not apply to them. And then some characteristics of situations that might lead to counterproductive work behavior would be like absent control policies. Maybe they aren't communicated well, or maybe the individuals aren't held accountable on a consistent basis. Incivility and social undermining. So an organization could try to deter this by promoting teamwork and talking about those ideal behaviors that they want to see in the workplace. Poor equipment can lead to counterproductive work behaviors, because if the equipment isn't working right, then someone might just try to take a shortcut to get their work done, especially if they're being timed on their work procedure. Inadequate training is a big one. If someone doesn't know how to do their job well, then this may lead them, again, to do things that they aren't supposed to do because they don't really understand the full process. Perception of injustice. Areas that often get discussed in the topic of injustice would be maybe hiring and discipline. So being transparent about those hiring procedures, and while you can't give away specific details about disciplinary actions, organizations still can talk about what might happen if somebody exhibits a certain behavior or does something within the workplace. Then employees know what to expect, and as long as organizations hold their employees accountable and actually apply discipline or rewards consistently, then employees are going to see what behaviors are rewarded and what behavior is discouraged in the workplace. Rules and regulations that impede job performance. So sometimes there can just be a lot of red tape around a process, and this may lead to counterproductive work behaviors. Day and Catano in 2006 talk about some characteristics or facts that might surround violence in the workplace, and while this isn't all-encompassing, it does typically find that those that display violence in the workplace behavior would be young men, a past history of violence, lack of conscientiousness, low agreeableness, and a low emotional stability. So some ways that an organization can try to cut down on counterproductive work behavior are to do some personality screening, so that you're screening for people with maybe more conscientiousness, because this does typically have a correlation with job performance. And then background checks obviously would show you if there's something in the employee's past where they've exhibited counterproductive work behavior in a former position. And again, the organization wants to provide good training so that it's clear, apply the rules consistently. They may want to provide some training on emotional control and resilience. So learning how to cope with frustration is a big one, because a tendency toward anger can also lead to counterproductive work behavior. You'd want to strengthen teamwork so that people are willing to help others out and it's a team environment. You'd also want to improve work conditions. So again, we mentioned the bad equipment. When things go wrong, fix it so that employees can get back to work and doing their job well. An employee suggestion box would allow employees to feel like they have some kind of control. And when employees feel a little bit of a sense of control, they're more typically to use a constructive behavior rather than a destructive behavior. Good working relationships with unions is also a way that organizations can try and decrease that counterproductive work behavior.